Alright, welcome back to another one of my awesome videos where I do anything that I want. Yes, today we're going to be doing this. It's a text generator where you put in a few words or something and it auto-generates text that appears here, and it's going to be funny. Then we will make it even funnier by making it go through Google Translate. I don't really know what to start with. Probably, let's come up with a sentence. One day, Jeremiah was searching for... You know what, we're going to leave this up to the text generator. One day, Jeremiah was searching for... Alright, what was I searching for? Was searching for... It didn't really come up with anything. When he finally found it, the young boy was terrified. He quickly fell asleep like a leaf. One day, Jeremiah was searching for... But it turns out that he had been mistaken, for he had been told he was living in a place with his father's name on it. But at that time, my father told me that Jeremiah had already been dead after the death of his parents. Jeremiah is a very intelligent person, and he could read. He could see and speak in a way that was incomprehensible to people who might not have heard. There was a dog. There was a dog. She was a cat. You know, she came right up to my back. This woman was very beautiful. I was thinking, wow, I just got to do some of these things. And a bit of that, like that. And maybe I could have gone down there with a little bit of fun and go, oh, this is kind of a crazy girl. She's going to be out in 2 years. I think she's going to get fired. She stopped running up my stomach. And because of this woman and the things she was doing, I was thinking, oh, I'll have this woman in my life. This is no good for me. Because that woman kept saying, okay, she's going to have to leave all over America. But then she had a vision to take care of me. She was, you know, the kind of human being that really did not give me strength, and I am now no longer the type of person that makes things happen. Wallace, we're going to talk about her death yesterday. The reason that you know is so that maybe it was part of those plans. I'm sitting here thinking about you that you're saying the most about is that when you first did it, you. Alright, that was amazing. I don't know who Wallace is, but it was pretty good. Alright, we can just go ahead and copy that. Alright, so here we paste it. But it's important to get rid of these spaces, because when you do that, it's a lot more difficult when you're trying to run it through Google Translate. I've done this a lot. The ones some of them don't work for some reason, so I found some that work really well, like Portuguese works. So we're sort of just gonna run it through a bunch until it gets really, really funny. And with that, we are done. So now we can try out another one. See, this is the old one. Now we can try out a new sentence. I'm mad. Let's see what it comes up with from that. I'm mad. I think in the end it should be about you. How about I know all about how to use my imagination to write anything or anyone, and I'll do it. I'd love to make a couple of copies and then share the with my mom so that she can go ask a friend over at my school for advice. I sent out invitations and got more invitations up the weekend. I asked and received more invitations for my blog every day. I also got them from places like Tumblr.
But why? Why would you do that?
There are all kinds of other types of questions that come up, so I felt like I had to do something different and try different things. So I set out to create some fun questions for my post and then send them to kids, where the kids will respond in a few ways to them. What are we going to do about college and getting your dad to know your love life? One kid writes to tell how much he's invested his life into her, and they're trying to figure out a way to come up with a reasonable answer to the question no matter what. Other kids aren't happy that she isn't. Alright, so we're gonna do another one real quick. Let's see, what can we do? Let's do... I have a special one for this one. Alright. So let's watch, not watch it. Let's steal the script for the B movie. We're stealing the script for the B movie. We're slapping it in here. Submit. Fresh out of college, Barry the Bee, Jerry oh wait, here, you know what? We should take away the names. Fresh out of college, Barry the Bee finds the prospect of working with honey uninspiring. He flies outside the hive for the first time and talks to a human, breaking a cardinal rule of his species, and he realizes that his true calling is to obtain justice for his kind by suing humanity for theft. While visiting bees in the southern tip of the United States when a stingray attacks, Barry becomes intrigued by the potential harm that life could cause its colony to suffer. It is soon found that bees in the California desert consume honey to make up for the problems they encounter within the hive. The honey is given to Barry to use for his legal battle against humanity to help him to overcome the fears of bees, becoming more aware of the risks. Written by Ben Brode, Supernatural 2014. Okay, hold on, I gotta look this up. Is this an actual movie? Oh, it's like a show. Alright, you know what? We're gonna roll it back. Okay. We're not gonna read this part. That's literally just the script of the B movie. Powers and abilities. Barry is extremely gifted at making bees his business. He is currently a master of honey in the United States. Abilities. Having learned about bees from Dr. Sarge, he knows how bees are different from humans. During a conversation with Barry, they learn that an important part of their species has been stolen. Discover and discuss. Search this site for. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna do it again. After spending months in a cell with a beekeeper, Barry must get to the bottom of their colony and find out what really happened to the beekeeper. Read next. Catching up with the good news, 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 catching up with the good advice, catching up with the good advice, catching up with the best scoop, catching up with the best scoop. Alright, that was pretty good. Alright, we're gonna do one more, and we'll see how it turns out. Kissed. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright, here we go. You ready? There was a dog. She was a cat. She came right up my back. This woman was very pretty, very intelligent, and when I was designing, I was thinking, wow, I just want to do some bad things. And it was the same. And maybe he could end up with a little fun and say, oh, this kind of crazy girl, she's going to be out in 2 years. I think she's going to get fired. She'll go away for 2 years. But then when he finally said, Sim, he stopped, running hair on my stomach. And because of the woman and the things that she was doing, she was, the kind of human being that really did give me strength, and I am now no longer the type of person that makes things happen, or that has this kind of love of people. Wallace. We're going to talk about her death yesterday, and the reason that is so that maybe it was part of those plans. I'm sitting here thinking about that you're saying that the most about is that when you first did it, you. Alright, well that was a really good story. Now we're gonna do the next one. I am angry. I think in the end it should be for you. It's like I have all the knowledge to use my imagination to write something, or someone, and I do. It was actually when she said, "How are you, you know?" I made some copies and shared them with my mom so I could get some advice from a friend at my school. So I sent an invite and got a lot of invites over the weekend. My blog is every day and I kept them from sites too, like Tumblr. There are all kinds of questions and I think, why me? Kids respond, questions. I bet the best person I've seen wrote, "What did we do in school?" and "Meet your dad about your love life." He wrote to him to tell about his life and they tried to find a way to find a sensible answer to his question of why he didn't like the other children. Other kids aren't happy that she isn't. Oh, that was good. That was good. Alright. Last one. This is the big one. Upon graduating from college, Barry the Bee sought the opportunity to work with real honey, fly out of the nest for the first time, and talk to a boy who violates the basic rule of his sex. Barry discovers that people have been stealing and eating honey for centuries and realizes that his real calling is to do justice to his race by accusing humanity of theft, specialists, and skills. Barry is a talented creator for his business. He is currently the honey master of the United States. Skills. After Dr. Sarge had learned about bees, he knows that bees are different from humans. In a conversation with Barry, they discover that most of their species has been stolen, and that the only species in the world is harvesting illegally. Find out and discuss. Search this site. After spending months in a beekeeping cell, Barry and Barry must reach the end of their colony and find out what happened to the bees. Read more about the news. Get the good news. Get the good news. Get the good news. Get the good news. The best. Get the good news. The best news. Get the best news. Get the best news. That means keeping bees away, a long-term concern for bees. With a swarm of bees in his garden, Barry makes a plan to go out and get the money he needs from Honeywell. Barry hides in a new company that specializes in making honey from honey flowers. Heart breads full of honey. Alright, that was great. What'd you think? I honestly don't care.